Hello there, fellow captains. This is Connor, and welcome back to Dreadnought. Today we're going to be having some fun, I guess, in the Tier 4 Jupiter Arms tactical cruiser, the Harwick. And you know what? These battles exemplify why I should be possibly picking themes for battle. I mean, I do discuss tactics and how you can learn from your mistakes, but this video is mainly going to be themed around that. Mainly because I keep screwing up, I keep messing up, and you know, you can learn stuff from that. Instead of just getting a game where I go around in a ship or a Corvette and get like a lot of kills, lately that's been boring. I don't like that. I like playing the more tactical approach with them. I mean, it is tactical getting in a Corvette, trying to flank the enemy, going in for a gun run, and then trying to get out of there as quickly as possible before rinsing and repeating. But this game mode is Conquest. And a lot of what goes wrong in this match, and what you can learn from it going wrong, is what I'm mainly going to be talking about in this match. There is another one after this, of course, 2 games. But in this one, a lot goes wrong. But just to let you know, I'm using beam amplifier, flechette half battery, repair auto beams, and armoured lockdown. The first 2, beam amplifier and flechettes, are the only tier 4s I have currently unlocked. Even my Tesla turrets are still tier 3. The grind is real, and it's only tier 4. I've had today or this evening 6 or 7 games. I'm not having fun, if I'm honest. I'm just not. I believe it's mainly because, yeah, I haven't got the modules unlocked that I want. I mean, 3 and 4 are by default what you get when you unlock the ship. But even the flechette hot battery, they were tier 3. But I just, purchased and researched the tier 4 variant because I do like them. I think they're pretty cool. Okay, let's see, what are we doing here? Now, the enemy are holding A. We, of course, have B. Now, the way you really want to play the Conquest game is working heavily with your teammates. Look at what they're doing, possibly support the Dreadnought, but what you mainly have to do for the objective of the game itself is hold the most territory. If you look at the top right, the little mini-map, you can see how much influence you have over the map. Now, like I just did, I lost connection with B there because I went too far, or broke line of sight with my allies, which is bad. So you want to keep line of sight with your allies and just spread as far as you can, but at the same time being able to support each other. Now I see a destroyer there on the minimap, and I know he's down here. I thought maybe I could get a, little ambush on him. It's really not going well. I mean, it is a bot, so I could have possibly finished him, but I launched my flechettes, and more of the flechettes actually hit the target than I was expecting. Because of the way missiles in this game work, where they fired and then they go straight up into the air vertically, and then they'll head towards the target. The hot battery don't do that. They leave the silos and instantly head towards the target pretty damn fast, which is what I like about it. It's pretty cool. And I'm not a great fan of missiles in general. I mean, I used to love the storms, but they were nerfed into the dirt. Okay, I'm being hit hard here, and I'm about to be killed by an interceptor. Did you see it? Did you see it? Oh, that was cool. I do like the carrier builds in this, although they're not as effective as just going with something else, possibly. I do like them. But this is a tier 4 and 5 match. It's the legendary matchmaking, so you can either be a tier 4 or a tier 5. We only have one tier 5, and it's Bishop, or double B Bishop. The enemy have 4 or 5, but even with that there, we're still winning. We're holding more to the center of the map, but now our allies, for some reason, are going for A. That's one thing I will say about this game mode. Don't try to overextend. That's the biggest problem and reason a lot of teams lose in this. They have the advantage. They're holding one of the points. They've got a large amount of the map captured. And then they'll say, okay, we're winning this. We can just go for whatever point and win easily. If we capture that, we'll be getting more points more quickly, blah, blah, blah. But then at that point, they're stretched too thin. They can't defend 2 points. And the enemy move in and take B while also defending, their home point. Because they spawn closer to their home point, they're able to, more easily defend it. But because the other team is distracted to try and take their point, somebody or a couple of ships can slip in behind and take B, which isn't good. And that's what's going to happen here. There were a couple of team members that were a little bit too fixated on taking A, and I'm just trying to heal up Mo here, hoping the auto beams will at least go on to him a little bit. But there's the first enemy that's going to be trying to take B from us, Ripper D. and I'm the only one that heads back to try and stop him. As you can see, the rest of our team are still heading in the general direction of A, even though the first attack on it failed. And what I'm waiting for is the beam amplifier. It's about 15 seconds off cooldown. And that's what we really need here. So I've got him down to just above half health. He's going to hit us with a weapon breaker missile in a moment. There it comes. Which is, you know, terrible timing. Because beam amplifier is literally just coming off cooldown. But I need to activate that just so I can stop him from capturing us. He's behind cover. Let's take him down. Come on, as long as we stop him from capping, we're all good. There we go. Okay. And we go down as well. That didn't really bother me at all. As long as we were able to stop him. But it's going to get a lot worse before it gets any better. Now, the one problem player I would say here, I'm not ripping on him or slagging him off or anything, but Bishop was a little bit too fixated with A. And look at that allied bot, Dreadnought. His cannons are aiming into the air, so he's distracted by something. Let's go and have a look. See if we can shift him. Maybe he's stuck, I don't know. Come on. Get a little bit of a ram in there. Look at that. Ragdoll physics, boy. Oh. Do you see it? Do you see what I'm checking for? What I've noticed? If you look at the minimap, you can see an enemy Dreadnought positioned right above or right on top of our allied bot. And that's what he's fixating on it. Where is it? I mean, he's aiming in the air, so obviously it's above him, but there's nothing there. That confused me. And it's obviously confusing him because he's not moving. Even that helpful ram didn't shift him. But we have a couple of IBS clan members, Greyhound and Rotzi here, trying to take B and hold it down. But we need to take out Greyhound, so Rotzi loses his support. Now, IBS is a clan I've been seeing more in-game. And they're pretty good. They work well together. They're not as good as Onyu. UNYU. It's easier saying Onyu than UNYU. But they've kind of got the same issue that Star Trek Discovery has. You know, when abbreviated, it comes to STDs. Whereas these guys, IBS, Irritable Bowel Syndrome. So I'm not sure if that's intentional as a joke, but every time I see them now, I think Irritable Bowel Syndrome. Just makes me chuckle. That's my childish and just immature sense of humour. Enemy bot there. We were able to destroy the threat and retain B. But look at the map now. We are losing massive amounts of territory. For some reason, again, our allies are still trying to take A, even though we're having trouble holding B. That is one of the lessons that needs to be learned from this battle, at least, is don't overextend. Pay attention to the map. Help your team. Don't try and do everything alone. We only have one tier 5, and he's off trying to capture a point that he has no right trying to capture at this point in the game. He's also assisted by a tactical. I wonder who that tactical is. Again, these games are pre-recorded, so I can't just press tab and check. Take out Monix here. Target down. Yeah, the enemy are just, you can see them there, they're just moving straight from their spawn to our position. Trying to take B, and they're going to do it. Now, earlier I mentioned that, you know, the two teams can separate. But at this point, we're having a hard time even holding B. Look at that, look at the territory they hold. We are winning, but they're slowly but surely catching up. And we our destroyer on our end heading straight for A again. I wonder if that's Bishop. Well, there's 3 B's in his name. It's BB Bishop, so is it BB Bishop? Could be. I don't know. Zen Master here. Beam up the fire engaged. Firing our shots. Come on, just keep the beam on him. Enemy shield up. Looks like he's rebooted his modules or something. Not sure what that little flashing icon is. Is that the Oh, we got a couple of interceptors. I'm not going to let them kill me again. No chance. And that one just impacted on the hull. Great. Oh, that made me so happy. Seeing those little interceptors. That somebody out there is also using the carrier build. Monix. Is it Monix? I can't tell. No, it's not. Monix has jumped in again. Flechette's away. Okay, he's going to be a bit of a problem here. He's a big boy, a big target, hard target. There's only a couple of us on him. Majority of our team are heading for A, even though, again, they have no right to do that. Argue against that if you want to. It's just, they shouldn't be doing it. Get B under control, our home point under control. Then advance forward and try and get more points. 8 seconds until we're back in. Just checking where everyone is. And again, there are a couple of our team members that are, you know, interested in actually defending B, but the majority are scattered all over the fucking place. And I don't think this game had many bots. And there I am typing in that there's an obsession with A. Yep, we lost B. We've lost A. That destroyer. Look, is that Bishop again? Yeah, he's heading straight for A. Why is he doing that? I don't get it. Even the other destroyer that was heading for A is turning around. But that is one of the ways a lot of people lose Conquest. And guys, this is a question for all of you, because if you notice in this video, it's partly YouTube, but the recording software I use two recording softwares. I use OBS and I use Shadowplay. Both of them have artifacting in every game I play and record, even though, from what I've looked up, I'm using the optimal settings. In fact, Shadowplay is very limited in how you can set it up, but overall, I'm using the best settings. And there's Bishop again. Got a lot of kills. Didn't help his team at all. And this next game is in other ways you can make mistakes. Although I've played so many games, I'll need to see the map. It's Dreadnought, okay. Dreadnought, okay. Let's go. And this is not a Conquest map. I think this is Team Deathmatch. But the grind is on, seriously. I'm only tier 4, and I'm already getting bored of this grinding lark. I just am. That's one of the main reasons I believe this game is failing, or failed. Now, you don't need a... Yeah, look at that artifacting. I'm sorry about that, guys. I've been noticing it more lately. Shadowplay used to be spot on. I'm not sure if there's been many changes to it. I'm going to have to look into Bandy camera fraps again. I do own them, I'm just not sure. I mean, I read that Shadowplay was the best, but it just is not flexible. And it's not just Dreadnought either. I've checked it with other games. By the way, would you guys be interested in seeing some gameplay from MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries? Let me know. I mean, I'm very into it. I'm getting really into it. I love it. Still working my way to getting a King Crab. King Crab is my favourite mech from the Battletech universe. Oh, that's a lot of enemies. IBS is back. Let's get around this mountain here. Moving in with an allied destroyer, because I know what he's up to. I know what you're up to, bud. You're in there for a ram, aren't you? And I think he succeeds. But we're not going to be much help, if any at all. We need a softer target, which I believe he just killed. Yeah, he took out Greyhound. Now, the rest of our team are advancing on the other enemy Dreadnought like a pack of vultures. Like all the carrion. Now, there was an artillery cruiser I noticed earlier. There he is there. Jupiter Arms Line, tier 5. If I can get close to him, unnoticed, I can hit with beam amplifier, hit him with flechettes, burn him down. Now we wait. That enemy tactical knows we're here. It's all about waiting. This is one thing I really enjoyed with Fractured Space. In Fractured Space you had cloaked ships, and when I say cloaked, 100% cloaked. If you didn't have an ability that was able to decloak them, like a pulse or something, you could not see them until they wanted you to see them. And I enjoyed the hunting... What was it like? It's like the Silent Hunter games, you know, the submarine games, where you're just stalking your prey until the moment you want to strike. I just loved getting in a ghost or a basilisk, waiting for the right moment to attack an enemy, hitting them with everything I've got, recloaking and getting out of there, kind of like a Klingon bird of prey. Oh, that's so good. I miss it so much. It's just not the same with bots either. When you're because when you're fighting bots, it's either they know you're there or they don't. With players, you can attack them and then they panic. As soon as you decloak, they panic, and it's so gratifying, and I miss it so much. I'm gonna try and actually get. It's awkward though because not just anybody can play it anymore. I wish they just kept it free to play. Come on, I mean they're keeping the servers up. Why not just keep it listed? It has something to do with wargaming, possibly because they've acquired them. But so far, we're winning by quite a lot. Look at that, 56-8. And there's an enemy. There must be a couple of enemies over there at least. I mean, we've got an allied bot artillery cruiser sniping at them. So we're going to see what's going on. Where are they? Well, he's being fired at. Oh, hello. What's his name? J.M. Kaimam? J.M. Kaimam? What an odd name. But who am I to talk? My name's Connor Chaos, for fuck's sake. I wish I could have changed it. I wish I could change it, but now it's too late. No, we're not going to do much to him. I mean, we've got him down to 50%, but he's got us down, and it's much easier for him to kill us than it is for us to kill him. We've no energy left. We've no beam auto fire. We've only got repair auto beams, but they're useless for us. We could just sit here like this, but he's launched a couple of... Oh, he has. He's launched interceptors, and they took us down. Okay, so he's a carrier. When I say that, it sounds like he's carrying some sort of disease. But no, a carrier in the sense of a naval carrier. Fighter craft. You guys know what I'm talking about, God's sake. Let's get back out there. 1 tier 5, 2 tier 5s on the enemy side. Many of what you got. There's another bot, look at him. Just look at that genius programming there. I really can't talk. I just know nothing about programming. But because the game has so few players nowadays, well, this is actually pretty full roster for human players at least. There's only 1 to 2 bots on each team. But whenever you play more with bots, you start to notice that they're very limited. And when I say limited, I mean limited. I mean, I used to compare them with Fracture's base bots and say, oh, the Dreadnought bots are a lot better. I may take that back. But we're going to die here. We're going to die very fast. Oh, and we got heals. Awesome, thank you. Saved our ass. There's Bishop again. The overextender from the previous game. Oh, and we're at the bottom. One thing I keep getting... Oh, hold on. There is a conversation going on that I missed. Seems somebody is getting salty. Spawn raped, he says. You weren't, but okay. My bad, this is not one-sided, lol. You're right. Oh, it's one-sided, but that's a... It is one-sided. I think 808 HNIC got killed and he's a bit salty. Oh, man of the day, get in. I don't know what that means, but it's encouraging me. There are people that believe you can't complain about a game. Because if you complain about a game, you're a troll. Or you don't like that game. Like someone's about to say, why play the game if it annoys you? Being frustrated in games in general is just one of the results of playing the game. You can become frustrated because maybe something annoyed you, maybe you died to something you don't believe should have killed you, but overall, it's just a result of gaming. Now, sometimes those can be down to bugs or just poor game design or maybe just you being a dick, but a lot of the times, people just complain in games. I mean, I do. I mean, I criticize Dreadnought a lot for a lot of the business and just some game design choices, but I still play the game because I like it. There is a word called criticism, and it exists for a reason. There can be positive and negative criticism, but both are warranted. There's a reason for them. It was IBS Rotzi that pretty much said, why play the game if you're going to complain about it? He apologized, said, okay, maybe it was him just playing poorly. He did say that. But you should be allowed to complain. It's a fundamental human right, and people who literally just say, oh, if you're complaining, why play the game? They really, really fucking irritate me. They really do. They just sound like shills to me. That's all fanboys, and those are the worst types of people. The worst. Either they're very young and immature, or they just so far up their own ass. So I'm getting a little bit distracted, as I say the least. So we'll just finish by saying thank you to everyone who has become a patron. Their names are on screen right now. And you got to become a patron, guys. We've got 6. We're going strong. We need to improve. We need a larger fleet. We need more captains, commanders, and every able ensign in the fleet. You can check out the link in the description below, or of course it's on screen right now. But otherwise, I'd like to thank them again. I never thought I'd even get 2, never mind 6, so thank you very much. And hope you're enjoying whatever you're playing. Don't forget to join the Discord. It's free, where you can talk to me and other people like yourself. If you ask me a question, I will 100% reply. May just take maybe a day or 2 or a few hours depending on when I'm on, but I will reply. Thank you very much for watching, and of course, like always, we'll see you next time. Buongiorno.